Hello, I'm back. Welcome back to Stormies. We're playing The Letter, a spoopy, very spoop game. It's not that spoopy. A jump scare happened like... wasn't even a jump scare. A spook happened like 2 episodes ago, and I was not scared. I was just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm used to this. This lady's not scary anymore. What is scary is somebody poisoning the hors d'oeuvres. We have to figure out who's doing this evil crime. But oh yeah, we're Ash, by the way. But there's no time to look deeper into this, even if I want to. Not when a telling silence comes upon the room and draws everybody's attention to the main door of the ballroom.
About damn time.
Good evening, ladies and gents.
Fuck
Join
off!
the party.
Go away! Nobody likes you!
I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the right mansion.
Tonight you are all ladies and gents. Fuck, I did this last time. I forgot what he says. And we, your king and queen, and blah blah. I hate him. I've been tailing this guy for a while now. Before that, I've heard stories from previous officers who tackled this case, none of which were pleasant. Mind, I'm not counting that incident with Professor Clark yet. Pleasant is glossing over the gravity of it. While Wright's good at covering whatever shady stuff he's doing, he's shown to be a really rotten guy. At least, that's the case when he thinks none of his peers are around to judge him. I've lost track of how many counts of verbal abuse and harassment cases the guy could be pinned with. Fuck, he even tried to make a move on Isabella back at the open house, right in front of his wife. Standing in the same room as him doesn't make me want to punch him any less. Actually, the urge is strong. I'm telling you, when Rebecca tells him that she decked him with a book, he's gonna be so fucking turned on. He's gonna get a boner harder than the trees. That's it. Like, that's all you need, Rebecca. Actually, the urge is stronger, but protocols. My case, first and foremost. My own opinion of the man shouldn't get ahead of my purpose here. If I want to put him in his place, it shouldn't be in a court with all proper charges. Oh, it should be in a court with all proper I thought he was going to be like, it shouldn't be in a court. It's going to be right here, right now. And it just beats the fucking shit out of him. And I'll only be able to do that once I gather enough evidence to pin this bastard down. It's just like a rival thing where he wants to fuck him.
Welcome one and all to our
humble abode. You are all lords and ladies of this manor.
Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles,
oh my God,
you are all ladies and lords of the court of your
king and queen.
If you would excuse my presumptuousness.
I hate you so much. 4th time.
So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses, as we only allowed the best to be served.
Someone in the back is like, but the hors d'oeuvres! Where are the hors d'oeuvres?
Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
I can't. Okay, time to watch Rochelle get her ass beat for the 4th time. Suppressing my annoyance. I'm not. For once, I'm the immature one here. I'm not suppressing my annoyance. Suppressing my annoyance, I prepare to step away from the crowd. Amidst the cheers and the claps, is now a good time as any to move. Try to find that something the McCullough lady was talking about. In the first place, I have no plans to actually shake hands with that slime ball himself. A fake smile is plastered on my face while I pretend to listen to one of the other guests gossiping about him, all while slowly inching out of the ballroom. Unfortunately, before I can get any further. Here we go.
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle? Perhaps you need to sit down and...
Oh, and this is where I photoshopped the, I had to do it to him. God damn. Rich people only have 2 ways of resolving their mess. Money and a fight. Either they quietly deal with it behind closed doors, or they create an even bigger problem out of it. It just blows up in everyone's faces one way or another. Fun.
No! Shut it, you monster! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here! You bloody bastard standing there with your smarmy smile!
Not even a few seconds in, and this is already proving itself to be a big public spectacle. Why spend money on television to buy daytime soap operas? You can just go to one of these parties and see the action unfold in real life. You get free food, too. Really, if I were an actual guest, I'd just take this as some sordid form of amusement.
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle. Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
Oh, okay, we're not doing the rest. But I'm not a guest who's here for a good time. I need to focus on him, even through this whole sorry tale. Sorry tale. So I wait, I listen, I observe. Interesting, isn't it, though? That's the chief inspector's wife. Is that it? Oh, okay. That's it? There's nothing interesting that happens in the fucking mansion? We just go to a party, complain about the party, and leave? Are you kidding me, Ash? I thought you were gonna, like, find some clues and have a good time. Maybe we could save Marianne because she's fucking dying in the basement, but no! Just gonna complain like a little bitch. God damn. The morning after starts off quiet. I haven't had my good tree fucking yet. Even the whole of Solemnwell residence seem unusually still. The open hallway when I take a step out is devoid of tenants. No sounds coming from other units either. You know what, I will say the one thing I'm thankful for is the fact that we're not starting back from when Isabella was alive. I'm so glad that we're not. That would have driven me crazy. It's, sorry, I couldn't read for a second. It's almost as if something's brewing on the horizon. A peaceful night's sleep still does wonders for the mood, though. I can't even remember the last time I slept without anything urgent interrupting. It's a nice break from all the bad news lately. If it wasn't for the incessant buzzing in my pocket waking me up, I'd sleep in. The ringing hasn't stopped. The ringing has stopped before I could move somewhere private, but sleep has also been effectively kicked out of my system by then. Pity. I could use a little more rest until I have to face the other storm. Of course I owe Rebecca an explanation. It doesn't matter if it's the whole truth or another hastily spun tale. Although I haven't really figured out how to go about this yet. How's my relationship with her? Cool. I'm going for him. We're doing it. And by doing it, I mean we're doing Rebecca. Unlike Zach and Isabella, who don't usually ask questions and are content with what little I could share, Rebecca's rather quick on the trigger. It will have to be set aside for later, though. Oh, not again. The chief's name stares back at me. It's almost as if it's mocking me. Sad. I just don't want to listen to this again. Oh, pretty fly for an Asian guy. It would have been nice to chill after last night or maybe half listen to the news. Sure, it would be the same if I hadn't been hearing it at least. Still beats standing outside in the chilly Luxembourg city on the phone with my boss. Sighing, I answered. If only get this over. Thank God.
Where are you right now?
Now that's a tone I didn't expect from him at this hour. Just thinking... Oh, it's probably because his wife was like, "You dirtbag, you fucked me! And I'm pregnant with your little brat!" Just thinking of how this goes already gives me a headache. Immediately I reach up and pinch the bridge of my nose to stave it off.
This is why I won't ever drink myself senseless.
What was that?
Nothing, Chief. A pleasant morning to you, too.
He's probably calling to rag on me or complaining about his wife, which is really none of my business unless it affects my case. It seems like the usual rich man cheats on his wife deal. Although I would have followed up on that if it were someone else's wife. But figuring out if the chief's... I could trust him to come clean if the missus is related to the Wright's shady dealings. This is why I left before they even hauled the woman out last night. I'm not gonna go around investigating cheating husbands and wives when it's probably just that. Chief appears to have a different idea in mind, though.
There's nothing pleasant in the morning. Anyway, where are you? I told you millions of times before to keep your lines open.
He did, and not only him. Zach, Rebecca, Isabella, all of them, all of them have said the same thing numerous times in the past. But I was undercover last night. A phone call is the last thing I would want to happen when there are other things I need to focus on at the time. Besides, we have radios and work-issued phones. Why isn't he using one of the channels if it's this urgent?
Just woke up, sir. As awesome as it is to hear your voice this morning, it really is early. If you could give me a few minutes just to wake myself up, that'd be swell.
No need for that. This won't take long.
Is something wrong? Am I needed at the precinct ASAP?
Oh no, everything's good over there. Just... Look, kid. Pray. Don't take this personally, alright? You're off the Luxbourne firm case. Starting today.
Well, I did not expect to hear that either. This must be some kind of cosmic joke. I allow some awkward seconds to pass. Chief must be pulling another one of his awful pranks. Out of this bad mood or severe hangover, maybe. Everyone knows that when given the chance, he exercises no control with his drinking. If it wasn't for his wife causing a stir, he'd probably be trashed an hour at the party. He likely drank more after they threw her out of the ballroom. Besides, his sense of humor has never been good. It's because he's a cop. It's just it's just infuriating most of the time. But when he doesn't follow it up. If I sound a tiny bit frustrated speaking to my own superior, I'm not the one to blame.
Wait, no. What? Are you kidding, Chief? Is this one of your practical jokes again? The Temps won't say anything about it, but I...
It's not that. They're orders. From the higher-ups.
Ah, the higher-ups. Yes, my favorite word. Since when did the higher-ups ever cared? Wait, is that correct grammar? Here we go again. When did they ever care about the criminal investigation department did? As far as I could tell, they didn't give a hoot if Sid. Criminal Investigations Department, that's what that is. It's filled with cold cases, as long as we kept the spending low. When I need to view those old cases, though, they're locked away in the archives. You're gonna have to check with the higher-ups. I need access to these reports, see if the higher-ups would allow it. Every step, every move in the case. There isn't one that hasn't been gated by some authority. If it's not the chief, it's the commissioner, or so they always tell me. It makes one wonder why they even bothered assigning it to anyone. Not a single one of them had done anything to help move the case. And they wonder why it has taken this long for a hint of progress to show.
You can't just drop this on me. You can't just take me off like that.
Yes, I can. And I'm sorry, Ashton. You're a good detective. One of the best I've seen in years, but...
3 years, Chief. 3 years!
3 years since that annoyance tech leak blew up. Since Luke Wright's name was open, linked to several nasty dealings with the Luxborn's corporate world, some of them involving deaths. 3 years, and I was the only one who made it this far. Made much progress that officers and with more experience weren't able to do when they handled this case. Just within a year, with barely any help from the damn brass at that. Of course I'd be pissed.
Do you know what would have happened if I didn't work my ass off on this thing? If I didn't dedicate a whole year of my time on it? It would have gone cold, like every fucking case Luke Wright has been linked to. I saved this from getting thrown into the archives, sir. I'm getting close. If you could just...
I'm fully aware of what you've done, Frey. But the Commissioner hasn't been happy with your progress. Still too slow by their standards.
It's 'cause they're being bought out by Luke.
Too slow?
Oh, fuck.
Well, what about those reports I filed? I've documented every freaking thing for them. I've given you every important lead I can gather. Isn't that enough?
They need results, not a bunch of research papers. Not one baseless assumption after another. Concrete proof, Frey. I'm really sorry. They've already made a decision. They're going to pass this on to someone who's been in the force longer. Someone who has more experience.
Someone who has more experience?
I meant nothing by it, but you're still too young to work on a case this big.
Chief, I've already done more than what those old farts ever did behind their desks. All of it, within just a year of being assigned to this.
Watch your language, Frey. Those are your superiors,
I'm not some damn rookie fresh out of training. I'm as qualified as they are.
Futile, I know it is. Nah, dude, get fired. Who fucking cares? Fuck them. They never say it within my earshot, but from the very minute I stepped into their precinct, the lot of them had underestimated me from their stares alone to the assignments I get. To them, I'm still just a kid, too young, too green, too inexperienced, too green like those sexy fucking trees. And once they pull that card on me, every argument I have gets thrown out the window. No matter how logical it is, no matter how many facts and logic I use, how much I've accomplished, what the records say, or the amount of work I've put into every investigation, they've thrown it my way.
We're all aware of your skills, kid. You wouldn't have that badge and rank if you weren't good enough.
I didn't mean to cut that out. Also, I took a sip of water. I'm sorry. My throat is hurting.
However, this case is just not for you. Too high profile, too risky to put a good officer like you in harm's way.
That's bullshit. Can he even hear himself? Sorry. My voice, I'm pushing my voice deeper, obviously, and it's starting to crack. That reasoning is odd in itself. No one joins this line of work without knowing the dangers of it. You say that, but... Ugh. Okay, I gotta pull myself together. I can't shit talk cops right now.
Don't I get a second chance? You said it yourself. I'm a good detective. It'll just be a matter of time before we can close this.
It doesn't matter what I think, Frey. You're off the case, and that's final. I expect all related files and documents on my desk by Monday morning.
No, fuck you.
And don't even try to go touch anything. I know how hard-headed and determined you are.
Chief, please. A few more weeks. I'll have the proper evidence left on your desk by then. I swear it won't take longer than that.
Fred, it's too late, boy. I've already informed the other officers. You aren't to be allowed access until you've been given a new assignment. Hell, just keep out of the precinct, Frey. Take the weekend off.
Seriously, Chief, is this about last night? If this is about me being at that party, I have a good reason for...
You were at the party.
It makes me pause. His wary tone, the sudden careful note in his voice. Slowly a frown forms in my face, my eyebrows knitting together in confusion. Much as I hate to say this to my own boss, there's also suspicion in it. Hard not to think of it that way, seeing how he acted around Hannah Wright last night. Is he worried? Why should he be? Everyone who's anyone was invited. I didn't doubt for a second why he received an invite, even if his presence was questionable. There's something wrong, and unintentionally I've walked into it. All I have is the sneaking suspicion, but when one look at this from a different angle, put everything together, why the hell I've been taken off the case might be for the same reason he was there in the first place. Fuck.
Yes, Chief, I was. For a good reason. A friend invited me to go with her. What were you doing there? I know we don't have a strict rule against attending functions, but that was...
He coughs, and it almost sounds like he's choking on his own excuses, lies. I don't want to accuse him of anything, yet. He's someone I've respected since I've joined the LPD, even with a bizarre sense of humor and tendency to procrastinate. He's obviously competent enough to get the job done. He wouldn't be Chief Inspector of Luxborn Police if he wasn't. He wouldn't last years in service without some track record backing him. Unless that too is a fluke. And what's backing him is not something, but someone. Oh. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Fucking shit.
Chief Harvey, about last night with the...
Why does it matter, Frey? This isn't about that.
Why doesn't matter? Why doesn't matter? Oliver said the whole damn oath we've taken upon being sworn into service if I can, but at this point it seems too late to remind him of that. He's probably already moved from serving and protecting people to serving and protecting his own interests. Damn it. I've suspected the upper brass of this, even the lower ranked subordinates in the force, but my own boss? Shit, no wonder that leak didn't lead anywhere. Someone closer might have been pulling the strings. I might have been set up to fail long before this fucking case has been assigned to me. But I don't want to give it up. I don't want to believe I've wasted an entire year of this. I want this to be the kind of news to tell Professor Clark after those promises I've given to the man. I don't want this to end here, if this might still have a connection with what happened to Isabella like I first assumed. Chasing a real person is easier than chasing those supernatural things, and I hope to God I'm right on this one.
I just want to know, sir, at the party, with Luke and Hannah Wright, you were...
Monday, Detective Inspector. First thing in the morning. Every copy of the files you have, I want to see all on my table, understood?
This isn't...
Frey, am I understood?
What else can I do other than smile and nod? With my own superior expecting an answer, using that tone, brushing off questions as easy as discarding a dead body.
Yes. Yes, sir.
He cuts the line as soon as the words are out. Oh, ooh, we're gonna kill this man! Woo! You're off the case, Frey, just like that. Funny, why this still caught me off guard. I've discovered years ago how different the actual thing is, how far from reality everything I've believed in as a dreamy-eyed kid. There are no high-speed pursuits every day, no thrilling gunfights or exciting cases every step of the way. Only paperwork, lots of red tape, and dealing with politics and bureaucracy. The shitty fucking rich. I set out to change things, hoping it'll make things better for the people I care about. It ended up changing me instead. Serves me right for being too idealistic, I guess. That one seems to butt me back more often than not lately. If what happened at the hospital is meant to convey anything, this is probably the universe telling me that it's better to remain the skeptic I really am. Now, here I am, standing useless. Can't even do anything but grit my teeth and kick the wall. The bastard didn't even acknowledge my response.
What did the poor wall ever do to you?
Excuse me. Actually, you know what? We'll end it there with this cliffhanger. Who could ever say that? Who has a voice like that? I've never heard a voice like that in my life. I've never heard a voice at all. I swear. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.